Let's check out Chickasaw Heritage Park here along the banks of the Mississippi. One of the first things I'm noticing is this beautiful statue. Let's check this out. See what this tells us. Legacies. 1832. Okay, I believe that was the period of time when the Chickasaws and some of the Indians of this area were moved to Oklahoma. Looks like there's a little bit of Memphis heritage blended in here as well. Let's see what this says. Kia, Amalahia, Ashkuhuma, Tatelo, Chickasaw, Bluffs, Chucalissa, Chukafala, Chula. Can't say that name. Pontotoc, Poa, Shatara, Tapos, Tukaha, Tuskawila, Sianika. These must have been the people that moved to Oklahoma on the Trail of Tears. The date listed here is 1832. Off in the distance I see an Indian mound. There's another one on the western border of this property. We'll try to see if we can go take a look at that one, because I think we're going to see a really pretty overlook of the Mississippi River. Let's go up this little stairwell to the top of that Indian mound just for a second, and we'll look across the mighty Mississippi and see some of the sights that Hernando de Soto and the native Chickasaw people saw every day. Pretty neat. Let's check it out. Beautiful Mississippi magnolias over here. On the sides of this Indian mound are several concrete markers. I'm hoping they'll have some plaques, some information that we can learn from. By the way, in Chickasaw, hello is Chukma. Chin Chukma, how are you? Okay, here we go. Moving up to some markers on the side of this mound. Just look like markers. Possibly they had something else attached at some time. I see some metal. I see some metal attachments down into these concrete pieces, but take a look at the Mississippi River. Take a look at that. Is that not beautiful? Gorgeous. Beautiful Mississippi. I'm about to fall down the side of this Mississippi mound. This Choctaw Chickasaw mound. I'm about to go right down the side of it. Be careful. Let's walk around the top of this thing. See if we see anything else. Large oak tree in the center here. My question might be, was this a mound that was placed in recent history, or was this a mound that dates back to to ancient times. Most of the mounds I've seen are solid on top and they're not hollowed out in the middle. This almost looks like a fort site. I did see a sign for French fort. So this would kind of make sense, overlooking the Mississippi, to have a fort back in here. Maybe this stuff in the fronts, maybe this is the remnants of this fort. Interesting. Let's take a little bit more of a look-see here before we leave. I notice there's a stone marker down here, so let's go take a look at that. I'm doing these nature hikes west of Hernando on 304 on Arc Trail, and one of the things that I noticed as I was walking through that trail is that there's information about the Chickasaw in there. And so I saw this park and I decided I wanted to check it out for just a minute and see what it said. There we go. I think this is what I've kind of been looking for. I think I saw this on a picture somewhere. The park, comprising 11 acres, was purchased in 1912 by the Board of Park Commissioners, was dedicated to the use and pleasure of the citizens of Memphis. Okay. When first visited by the explorers, this acreage was the site of the fortress of Chickasaw, the chief of the Indian tribe which inhabited this region, whose principal village stood a short distance eastward. Okay, so that would be the mound in the back. The nearby eminences are mounds which were constructed by our Aboriginal inhabitants and are of unknown antiquity. The Chickasaw Mound next to the river was utilized during the Civil War. That's what I thought. As an artillery redoubt and magazine inside Federal Fort Pickering, covering the site of the original Fort Pickering. The top of the mound was excavated for the stronghold in 1863. That makes sense. Hello, check this out. In this area at Hernando de Soto viewed the Mississippi River in May of 1541. If we look back to the east just a little bit, apparently these are some of the original mounds on the site. Wow, what a mix of history. Everything from Indian to Spanish to Civil War history. This whole area has been traveled, re-traveled, inhabited, re-inhabited by multiple different groups of people, hasn't it? And here we are, 2018, kind of trying to make a little sense out of all of it, really. How do we live responsibly, and how do we love each other? And let's check that out. Is that not the coolest hollow tree you've seen in a while? Look at that cottonwood, sycamore. I'll try to see if I can put my light on and we'll take a look around in here. Try not to go too fast. Inside of a hollow cottonwood. This was had much bigger of a hole. You could just about make a little home in there, couldn't you? I guess that's about 3 feet at its widest, about a meter down at the base. That's kind of cool. Fun places to explore, and even more interesting, look at this magnifico huge beetle. I have never seen the likes of this beetle. That is a big one. Wow, impressive. And what big eyes you have. Like some ants are moving their nest as well. All right, carry on. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm guessing that this beetle, it's hard to get up. Probably about 1.5 inches long. Impressive. Never seen one like that before.